A system in crisis. Children's Services says there are so many children in need in Montgomery County, it's sending them to at least 4 other states.
Plus, taking care of those children is getting much more expensive. News Center 7's Kate Bartley shows us why the problem is so dire and how experts are preparing for the worst.
1 was a relative placement. 2 and 3 were our first actual foster placements. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are our oldest 2 that we've adopted and their brother and sister. 9 and then 10. 11 is Judah, who we adopted. 12, 13, 14, 15 was a baby that we sat with in the NICU for a week. 16 and then 17 we still have with us. 18, 19, and 20 was a sibling group that we had for just before Christmas.
Yep, 20 kids in all, and Cindy Swafford knows she'll be adding to this collage.
The phone could ring while we're sitting here.
The Swafford family has been recognized by President Trump. They made national news when their adopted son Caleb reunited with his biological father.
I'm sorry. It's fine. It's fine.
Today, the Clayton mom showed us around the open beds waiting for little ones. In the midst of the drug epidemic, more than half of the kids she and her husband have fostered were born addicted.
We have seen babies that have come home with that, that sharp cry, the extreme irritability, the stomach discomfort.
The number of children in state custody peaked last year at more than 16,000 kids. That's a 28% increase over just the last 5 years. And since 2013, it's cost $100 million more to take care of them.
We have children who are behaviorally and psychologically out of control. We put them in a box, and it's almost like putting a wild animal in a cage sometimes is what it feels like from a child welfare perspective, because these kids are fighting and scratching and clawing and running away.
Jewel Good is Children's Services Director for Montgomery County. She says many of these kids have experienced major trauma, like being prostituted for drugs or finding their parents overdosed.
You can only imagine what that does to a child.
Children's Services recently bought cots for the day when there might be nowhere left for kids to sleep but the lobby of this building.
Do you feel sometimes like it's overwhelming?
It is overwhelming sometimes. I don't just feel it. It is.
Here's our war. Here's our emergency. Here's our crisis.
Helen Jones-Kelly runs Montgomery County Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services. She says there simply are not enough caregivers and resources to protect children here.
We are succeeding in terms of bringing the numbers of overdoses down and saving lives, certainly. But we're not succeeding in terms of the trauma, the carnage that's left when this wreaks a family's life.
The county and state want to get these kids with family or get them back with family as soon as they safely can. Until then, they are grateful for people like Cindy and her husband.
More tricks. I think you've had enough tricks.
Willing to protect, love, and provide for kids who may never remember them.
I send part of my heart with me every time I send a kid home.
Kate Bartley, News Center 7.
Wow, what a tremendous couple to do that. If you're interested in filling that need and becoming a foster parent, go to our website at WHIO.com. We have posted a link there where you can learn more.